Very good afternoon. You're watching the midday news on Rajya Sabha television. This is Saturday afternoon. I'm Aishwarya Kapoor. Let us start the bulletin with the headlines. Flood alert in central and south Kashmir as the Jhelum crosses the danger mark. Heavy rains force educational institutions to close today. Governor reviews the flood preparedness. Amarnath Yatra suspended. Historic goods and services tax regime completes 1 year. Union Minister Arun Jaitley says GST brought over 1 crore additional people under tax net. Gross increase of 44% in personal tax category. Last day to link a PAN with the Aadhaar card. Linking necessary to file income tax return by 31st of July. Late return filing to invite a maximum penalty of 10,000 rupees. It is the knockout stage at the FIFA World Cup. Argentina will be up against France in the second do-or-die match. Uruguay will clash against Portugal. And Iran to take on old rivals India in the final of the Kabaddi Masters in Dubai tonight. In the Champions Trophy hockey tournament, India look to beat Netherlands for the finals entry. First up, news from Jammu and Kashmir, where there is a flood-like situation in the central and south of Kashmir as the river Jhelum has crossed the danger mark. Now, authorities in Kashmir have issued a flood alert for low-lying areas for the central Kashmir areas and asked the people to be alert and prepared for evacuation. Now, schools across Kashmir were shut down today. Flood was declared in south of Kashmir after the Jhelum river crossed the danger mark and it rose above 21 feet near Sangam in Anantnag district of South Kashmir. Governor N. Vora called for an emergency meeting to discuss the situation across Kashmir. The Met Department has predicted the weather to likely improve today, however. The river Dharali in Rajouri is also overflowing due to heavy rainfalls. Officials have alerted the locals living around the area. Meanwhile, Amarnath Yatra continues to be stalled as the fourth batch of pilgrims from the Jammu base camp was not allowed to move further due to bad weather. The region is witnessing continuous rains for the past 3 days, triggering landslides at many places. According to authorities, no vehicle carrying pilgrims was allowed to move towards the valley from the Bhagwati Nagar Yatri Niwas in Jammu. Over 2,000 pilgrims who were stranded in Udhampur from the third of batch left for the Pahalgam base camp this morning. Incessant rains in Kashmir over the last few days have also triggered landslides, blocking the Jammu-Srinagar National Highway. The 60-day yatra is scheduled to conclude on 26th of August.
हम कल आए थे और आज अभी तक यात्रा रुकी है। उधर से वो स्लाइडिंग हुई है। इस चक्कर में अभी हमको रोका हुआ है, तो देखते हैं अभी कब तक करते हैं।
के लिए बंद किया गया है क्योंकि ऊपर कुछ मौसम की वजह से कोई लैंडस्लाइड होगी है और प्रशासन का कहना है कि जब ही खुल जाएगी तभी हम चालू कर देंगे।
Meanwhile, rains lashed several parts of the country, triggering landslides and killing at least 4 ITBP personnel in Arunachal Pradesh as the monsoon covered the entire country 2 weeks ahead of its schedule. The death toll due to landslides has also risen to 9 in Arunachal Pradesh. The flood situation worsened in various districts of Assam as 1 more life was lost on Friday, taking the death toll to 32 in the region so far. According to the Met Department, the monsoon reached Sri Ganganagar on Friday, its last outpost in the country located in West Rajasthan. The Met Department has predicted heavy to very heavy rains in various parts of Assam, Meghalaya, Uttarakhand and coastal Karnataka. On to some other news, the centre has sanctioned nearly 400 crore rupees as additional assistance to the states of Andhra Pradesh, Arunachal Pradesh and Nagaland that were affected by natural calamities during 2017-18. The decision was taken at a meeting of a high-level committee chaired by Home Minister Rajnath Singh in New Delhi yesterday. The committee approved about 180 crore rupees from National Disaster Response Fund to Andhra Pradesh. Of the amount, 67 crore rupees has been given for floods and 113 crore rupees has been sanctioned for a drought in the Rabi season last year. 144 crore rupees has been approved for Arunachal Pradesh and 65 crore rupees for Nagaland. Both the states were hit by floods and landslides last year. On to the other top story, touted as the biggest economic reform since independence. The goods and services tax completes 1 year of its implementation. The launch took place on the midnight of 30th of June and 1st of July. And Union Minister Arun Jaitley on Friday attributed GST for a significant jump in the tax collection and in the number of taxpayers. Jaitley said in a social media post that the total number of income tax returns filed stood at 6.86 crore in fiscal 2018. The number of new assessees who filed the tax returns last fiscal were 1.06 crore. Importantly, there has been a gross increase of 44% in the personal tax category and 17% in the corporate tax category, he added. He also wrote that the total income tax collection for the year 2017-18 is 10.02 lakh crore rupees, a 4-year increase of 57%. And last year, the income tax collection managed to grow to over 18%. Now, under the GST regime, a regulated tax system was introduced in the country. And today is the last day to link your PAN card with Aadhaar. The Central Board of Direct Taxes has extended the deadline of Aadhaar PAN linking to 30th of June. This was the 4th extension given by the government for individuals to link their PAN with Aadhaar. The government has now made quoting of Aadhaar compulsory for filing of income tax returns as well as obtaining new PAN cards. A maximum of 10,000 rupees as a penalty would be fined if one fails to file the ITR within deadline. As per the new rules, a penalty of 5,000 rupees will be levied if the return is filed after the due date of 31st of July but before 31st of December. And the 10,000 rupee fine is for filing post 31st of December. And for those with an income of not more than 5 lakh rupees, the maximum penalty is 1,000 rupees. And in order to ensure a significant boost to farmers' income, Prime Minister Narendra Modi on Friday said that the minimum support price for Kharif crops will be fixed at least 1.5 times of the production cost in the next cabinet meeting. He also said that the support price for sugarcane, called fair and remunerative price, would be announced in the next 2 weeks. Prime Minister Modi was interacting with a delegation of over 140 sugarcane farmers at his residence in New Delhi. The Prime Minister also apprised the farmers about the various decisions taken to liquidate the arrears of the sugarcane farmers. He further assured the farmers that the state governments have also been requested to take effective measures for the liquidation of cane arrears. The farmers were from Uttar Pradesh, Uttarakhand, Punjab, Maharashtra and Karnataka.
प्रधानमंत्री जी जो किसानों के लिए कर रहे हैं उस पर गर्व है। उन्होंने जिस तरह से 8,000 करोड़ का पैकेज दिया है और पैकेज ही नहीं, इंपोर्ट ड्यूटी 50% से बढ़ा के 100% कर दी है। बफर स्टॉक 30 लाख मैट्रिक टन का बनाया जिस पे 1170 करोड़ रुपया खर्च होगा। इसी तरह से 20 लाख टन मैट्रिक टन को निर्यात करने के लिए इंसेंटिव दिया है जो 1540 करोड़ होगा। 4,450 करोड़ रुपया एथेनॉल के इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर के लिए दिया है। लिमिट तय कर दिया, न्यूनतम 29 रुपये किलो से कम चीनी बाजार भाव में नहीं जाएगी।
And Finance Minister Piyush Goyal has said that strong action will be taken against anyone found guilty of holding illegal Swiss accounts. Goyal also said that India will soon start getting details of the bank accounts from Switzerland under a bilateral treaty, and it is wrong to assume that all money deposited in Switzerland is black money. Goyal's statement came a day after the Swiss National Bank released data showing over 50% increase in the money amounting to 7,000 crore rupees deposited by Indians in Swiss banks in 2017. The agreement for automatic exchange of information was signed between Switzerland and India last November, under which the Swiss government would provide all data from 1st of January till 31st of December 2018 next year. Responding on the weakening rupee, Goyal assured that appropriate measures will be taken by the government and there was no need for any knee-jerk reactions.
प्रधानमंत्री मोदी जी के नेतृत्व में स्विट्जरलैंड के साथ जो करार किया है उसमें ये सब डेटा 1 जनवरी 2018 ऑनवर्ड्स, जो उनका अकाउंटिंग ईयर है स्विट्जरलैंड का, उससे सब डेटा हमारे पास उपलब्ध हो जाएगा। ये सब जानकारियां जैसे जैसे बाहर आएंगी तब उसके बाद हमारे सामने सब इंफॉर्मेशन होगी, और अगर इसमें कोई गलत पाया गया तो उस पर स्वाभाविक है कि कड़ी से कड़ी कार्रवाई होगी। रिजर्व बैंक ऑफ इंडिया जो मैनेज करती है फॉरेन एक्सचेंज के पूरे रिजर्व्स को और रेट्स को, और केंद्र सरकार, हम चर्चा करके इसमें जो भी उचित कार्रवाई होगी अंतर्राष्ट्रीय परिस्थितियों को भी नजर में रखते हुए, knee-jerk reactions are not called for. One has to work in an organized market, in an organized fashion.
And in related news, Union Minister Arun Jaitley has said that not all deposits made in Swiss banks are tax evaded money. In his blog, Jaitley said that the report has led to misinformed reaction in certain circles that are raising questions whether the government's anti-black money steps have yielded any results. He explained that Switzerland, which ran the risk of being declared as a non-compliant state, has started making disclosures with certain countries. He also noted that Indian money outside the country is of various categories. This includes many held by persons of Indian origin who now hold foreign passports, money belonging to the NRIs, as also the monies belonging to resident Indians who have made legitimate investments abroad. Jaitley added that it is only monies kept by resident Indians outside these categories that become actionable. Meanwhile, the opposition has criticized Prime Minister Narendra Modi for allegedly failing to keep his promises about curbing black money in the country. The Congress in a tweet said that one of PM Modi's long-standing campaign promises of bringing back black money falls flat. BJP ally JDU also expressed grave concern over the surge of deposits of Indians in Swiss banks last year. In midday news, time for a very short break. Stay tuned for more. Welcome back after the break. Now, India has welcomed the decision of the global terror financing watchdog, Financial Action Task Force, or the FATF, to place Pakistan in its grey list. Ministry of External Affairs said Pakistan has given a high-level political commitment to implement FATF standards for countering terror financing. The MEA hoped that the FATF action plan shall be completed and with credible measures will be taken by Pakistan to address global concerns related to terrorism emanating from its territory under its control. On to some other news, the new Passport Seva application has registered 16 lakh downloads in just 2 days of its launch. External Affairs Minister Sushma Swaraj confirmed this in a tweet on Friday. The External Affairs Ministry launched the application on Tuesday with facilities for applying, paying and scheduling appointments for acquiring a passport. Available on both Android and iOS platforms, the new app allows users to apply for passports from anywhere in the country, irrespective of their place of residence. The applicant can choose the regional passport office and the Passport Seva Kendra or the post office Passport Seva Kendra while submitting an application. The application will also benefit users as it does not require the access really to a computer or a printer. Now, irrespective of your current place of residence, you can choose the regional passport office and the Passport Seva Kendra or the post office Passport Seva Kendra while submitting your application. On to some international news. The US President Donald Trump has denied that he's planning to withdraw the US from the World Trade Organization or the WTO. He was reacting to reports on the possible US pull-out. However, the US president accused the global trade body of treating America very badly. Donald Trump has been a long-time critic of the WTO. He often complains that the World Trade Body is biased against the US. He also reiterated his allegations that other nations had taken advantage of the US because of bad negotiating by past presidents. Let's now get you all the action from the Football World Cup in Russia. It is the knockout stages in the FIFA World Cup, and after making a narrow escape from being eliminated from the group stage, Argentina will be up against France in the round of 16 today, a blockbuster clash to kick off the knockout phase. Both Argentina and France have not been at their best, and they have struggled to hit the top gear in this edition of the World Cup. After a 1-1 draw with Mino's Iceland, a humbling 3-0 defeat to Croatia, and a narrow 2-1 win against Nigeria, the Argentines will be looking to perform better in their match against France today. Argentina's star performer Lionel Messi is yet to find his form, and that too very quickly, as they will be facing 1998 World Cup winners in the round of 16 today. France, on the other hand, will look to boss the midfield in a bid to limit supply to Argentine striker Lionel Messi, and with the attacking talents like Antonio Griezmann and Kylian Mbappe, the French side too is yet to dominate. Both Argentina and France have faced each other 11 times, and this will be the 12th time that they will be up against each other. And out of those 11 encounters, Argentina has won 6, while France has won 2, and 3 ended in a draw. And in the second match of the day, it will be the third encounter between Uruguay and Portugal, and they are first at the World Cup. Cristiano Ronaldo pulled his team through the group stages, and he scored a hat-trick as well in the opening match against Spain. Portugal will be on the field against a South American Sky Blue in Sochi today. Real Madrid star performer Cristiano Ronaldo scored 4 goals to put forward and endeavour his team to reach the round of 16. And the European champions Portugal boosted their spot in Russia after narrowly finishing at the top of Group B on goal difference. Whereas Uruguay topped in Group A, the Sky Blue team performed quietly and efficiently in the 2018 FIFA World Cup. They won over Egypt, Saudi Arabia, and then host Russia without conceding a goal. Actually, they look pretty good to go deep into this tournament. Meanwhile, Uruguay coach Oscar Tabarez said that central defender Jose Maria Gimenez may be fit in time for this match today against Portugal. So the FIFA World Cup 2018 round of 16 lineup has been decided, and barring Germany, almost all the teams that were expected to qualify have actually reached the knockout stages of the tournament. So here is a look at all the teams and how they are shaping up.
16 teams have finally made it to the knockout stages, and they will fight for glory, pride and the ultimate prize, the World Cup. From Group A, Uruguay and Russia have made it to the round of 16, and they will face Portugal and Spain respectively, who made it through to the round of 16 from Group B. Currently ranked 14th in the FIFA rankings, Uruguay has made 12 World Cup appearances and won 2 titles, including the first World Cup in 1930 as hosts when they defeated Argentina 4-2 in the final, and second in 1950, upsetting host Brazil 2-1. The Uruguayan team won the 2011 Copa America, winning it for the 15th time, the most for any team. From Group A, the other team to move on is Russia. Currently ranked 70th in the world, many would have expected Russia to make an early exit from the competition, but through their performance they have proved that the side has mettle. As host for this year's World Cup, they qualified for the tournament automatically. Russia has made 10 World Cup appearances, and the best they achieved was 4th place in 1966. From Group B, European champions Portugal is a strong contender to lift the trophy. Ranked 4th in the FIFA rankings, they have made 6 appearances at the World Cup, and their best performance was securing 3rd position in their first ever World Cup appearance back in 1966. With the likes of Cristiano Ronaldo, Ricardo Quaresma and Pepe, this Portuguese side has an ample amount of experience to lift the coveted title. The 2010 World Cup winner Spain is the other team to go through to the knockout stage from this group. The Spanish side has made 14 World Cup appearances. From Group C, France and Denmark are the 2 teams to make it to the knockout phase. Currently ranked 7th in the FIFA rankings, France has made 14 World Cup appearances and were crowned champions in the 1998 edition. while Denmark has appeared in 4 World Cups and their best was to reach the quarterfinals in 1998. Croatia and Argentina are the 2 big teams who made it to the round of 16 from Group D. Croatia booked their spot after defeating Nigeria, Argentina and Iceland. The Croatian side has made 4 World Cup appearances and their best was securing 3rd place in the 1998 edition, while 5th-ranked Argentina has appeared in 16 World Cups and has won 2, one in 1978 and the other in 1986. From Group E, 5 times world champions Brazil, which is also the 2nd-ranked team in the world, is one of the top contenders for winning this time. Making 20 appearances in the World Cup and with players like Neymar, Gabriel Jesus, Felipe Coutinho and Marcelo, this team has a perfect balance of young talent and experience. While the other team who made it to the round of 16 from this group is Switzerland, who held the Brazilian side to a 1-1 draw and defeated Serbia in the group stage. The Swiss team has made 10 appearances and has reached the quarterfinals thrice. From Group F, which was a group of shock and surprises, 2 teams impressed the world, making it through to the knockouts. Mexico, who defeated defending champions Germany and paved the way for their early exit, is appearing in its 16th World Cup and has reached the quarterfinals twice, one in 1970 and the other in 1986. While the other team is Sweden, which defeated Mexico in their final group match 3-0 to top the group. Sweden has made 11 World Cup appearances and they were the runners-up in 1958. Winning all their group matches, Belgium is in a strong position with the likes of Romelu Lukaku and Eden Hazard. This Belgian side is a strong contender to lift the title from Group G. Currently ranked 3rd, Belgium has appeared in 12 World Cups and secured the 4th position in 1986. While the other team to make it to the last 16 from the group is England, which is competing in its 6th consecutive World Cup. The team has made 14 World Cup appearances and were the world champions in 1966. From Group H, Colombia and Japan are the 2 teams that made it to the knockouts. The only Asian team still left in the competition, Japan made it to the knockout stages after becoming the first team to qualify for the knockout rounds on fair play points. Japan has made 5 appearances in the World Cup and have reached the round of 16 twice before, one in 2002 and the other in 2010, making this the 3rd time. While Colombia has made the same number of World Cup appearances, 5 as Japan, and they reached the quarterfinals in the 2014 edition. Kumar Abhishek's report for Rajya Sabha TV.
For in-depth analysis of all the day's matches with the experts in our studio, also to watch our special daily show on the FIFA World Cup at 7 p.m. Let's get you some sporting action in Sports Wrap. India is all set to take on host the Netherlands in the 2018 Champions Trophy hockey tournament today. India still has a chance to advance to the finals by winning or at least managing a draw against the Netherlands. India once again won against Ireland by an impressive 143 runs to win the T20 International Series 2-0. It is India's biggest victory margin by runs as the spin duo of Yuzvendra Chahal and Kuldeep Yadav picked up wickets in quick succession and bundled out the hosts for 70 in 12.3 overs. In badminton, Kidambi Srikanth crashed out of the Malaysia Open, losing to Japan's Kento Momota at the semi-finals. Meanwhile, PV Sindhu has lost the first game 21-15 against Taiwan's Tai Tu Ying in the ongoing semi-final match. And India will take on old rivals Iran in the final of the Kabaddi Masters in Dubai tonight. India won against Korea 36-20 in the semi-finals on Friday. And finally, well, today is Social Media Day and Prime Minister Narendra Modi took to Twitter to congratulate the youngsters for their innovative use of social media. He said that the world of social media has played a key role in democratizing discourse and has given a platform to millions of people around the world to express their views and showcase their creativity. He told the youngsters that their frank method of conveying opinions is extremely endearing. He also urged the youngsters to continue expressing and discussing freely. And that's it in this edition of Midday News. Thanks for watching.